Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very spooky and demonic
moment for CLX Foundry Live.
I'm your host, DJ Blue PDX, and in this ghostly moment of awesomeness, I am joined by none other than our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens, who last week was on furlough, and Zach Killingsworth, who killed it all the time. So, with that said, oh my gosh, we've got an incredible build today, and it's one of my favorite designs ever. It's freaking awesome. Notice you have to use that button. All right, so Paul, tell me a little about what's in here, because we got a couple things we haven't used in a long time.
All right, so this is our Horus Oracle build. Last week we did the Oracle as well on the Evolve X2. This is the other chassis that we're offered in. So for the specs in this build, starting out with our processor, we've got the Intel Core i5 14600KF. To cool that, we've got the Trix 360 Panorama and RGB.
Ooh.
For our motherboard, we've got the ASRock Z790 Taichi. And for our memory, we've got 2 sticks of Team Group 16GB DDR5 5600 speed and RGB, so a total of 32
nice.
gigs of RAM in the system. For our storage drive, we've got a 1TB ADATA 800 Gold NVMe M.2, and for our video card, we've got an RTX 5070 from P&Y. For our case fans, we've got 10 of our GameDS Aeolus M2 fans in black, and then for our power supply, we've got the GameDS Kratos M1 750 watt 80 plus bronze power supply.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. This is amazing. So the Oracle showed up, what was it, last year? Yeah. Last year was our first time doing it. It is the most popular design we've ever had. And what's great, oh my God, look at that. Look at that. You've got your own Ouija board on this thing. You got tarot cards on the backside. Check that out. All the moon signs. And then you've got none other than the McDonald's dietary technician, and that's death. Old McDonald had a... All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Welcome in. I am so excited. Fred, Free Mustache Ride. What up, dog? Said, Oracle. It's my Oracle, Krampus says. Yes, this is your first PC ever. Krampus? Wait, is this Krampus's PC?
We've got Krampus coming up next.
Oh, Krampus, you're coming up after this PC. All right.
You got the Evolve X2. You got the larger, newer chassis.
So I'm going to go ahead and do it now, and then you can save that in your memory for later. Oh my God, let's go! All right, and you can just put that in your pocket, and there you go. Okay, Receptor 17 in the house. My UK counterpart when it comes to Griffball. One of my best friends. I love it. And he's moving to the States. He's moving like literally 18 hours from me. It's going to be fantastic.
Nice.
Fantastic. Nicole's in the house. Let's go, let's
in
go.
the United States is like a legit 18 hours for traveling, whereas like 18 hours in UK would be like what? You can go up and down, side to side, all over.
Yeah, 18 hours can get you through 4 different countries.
Oh, yeah.
Xavier Gregory says, hey, you built my first gaming PC, which I'm still using. Do I need to worry about redoing thermal paste? I just heard about this and need some education. Thanks.
Good question, Xavier. No, you don't need to worry about that thermal paste. Maybe if it was going on like, I don't know, 10, 15 years, you might want to replace it, but you shouldn't be seeing any issues there. If you take the cooler off, for any reason or whatever, I'd put new thermal paste on there since you have it off anyways. But no, you shouldn't need to worry about that.
There we go. There we go. All right. Now, first of all, we've got... Whoa, we're going to skip over the motherboard because I really want to talk about that for a second. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So we haven't done one of these in a minute, and this is a fantastic motherboard. This is an ASRock Z790 Taichi. The Taichis are rare. They are fantastically powerful, and what's really crazy about them is their I/O, which they're in and out. So for their rear panel, let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and just read the list here, and I'm going to have Zach point out where I'm talking about. So we've got our 2 antenna ports, obviously. We've got our 1 HDMI port. There we go. We've got 2 USB 4 Thunderbolt 4 Type-C ports. Okay, that's 40 gigs up and down, and it can do fast charge. which is fantastic. 2 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A's, which are 10 gigs each, like 10 gigs up, 10 gigs down. And then you've got 6 USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports, which are Lightning game ports, and they support Ultra USB power. You got 2 USB 2.0 ports at the very, very top. Yep. And then you got your RJ45, and I can't read, this is 2.5 gig, yeah, or is it 5?
There's a 2.5 and another one.
What? Mm-hmm. Another one? Oh my God, we're going to have to talk about that. So we've got 2 LAN ports and a line out and your microphone line out and all your audio options right there, which is not a whole lot because you're going to have a banging graphics card. I love it. So, Paul or Zach, who wants to tackle it?
What's that?
What the hell are there 2 Ethernet ports for?
Sometimes you might want to, if you got like obviously your standard internet connection and you might have like a home network that you're running. It's a little rare to see them both used at the same time though.
All right. So I love it. So now we're going to go ahead and sit this down on the bracket. The bracket. And Xavier says, if you haven't heard it enough, you guys are awesome! Thank you. We appreciate that. We like to try and think that we're sometimes awesome. Yeah. Now, we've got obviously the base, which is our motherboard. Now we need to get with the brain. This is what's going to be powering all the data through the motherboard, and this is going to be our CPU. It's an Intel Core i5 14600KF processor. And that is wild. Wild. I love it. Paul, tell me a little bit about this processor.
Yes, this is a 14-core, 20-thread processor. You've got 6 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores. Has a base speed of 3.5, and it will boost all the way up to 5.3. So it's a great middle-of-the-road gaming processor. Nice.
So I would, oh God. So first of all, can I just point out, I don't know if they're real gears or if it's just a sticker, but the gears inside of there, lock it in for me. I love this board. I love this board a ton.
Yeah, they're real.
And look at that, all the heat shielding. Holy crammy. They don't move, which is unfortunate. Get it together, Azra. But I want to point out all of the heat shielding, all of that down there for all the M.2s that this thing can handle, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So, as far as storage goes, there are 8 SATA 3 6.0 gig connectors. Then you've got a blazing M.2, 1, 2, 3, 4 hyper M.2 sockets, which is going to be fantastic. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But right now, we got to figure out how we're going to cool down our processor. So to do that, we're going to use what's called an AIO. So some people may, a lot of you might know it, but some people might not. So Paul, what's an AIO and how is it different from other ways of cooling your CPU?
An AIO stands for all-in-one. That's what Zach's installing right here. So this is a liquid cooler for our processor. Now this comes out of the box with all the coolant inside. You just grab the right set of hardware that matches your motherboard socket, like what Zach's doing right here, and that's how you install it. These things provide excellent cooling and they're very easy to install. I definitely recommend going with an AIO if you're building a system.
And Cosworth mentioned that it's such a shame that they don't move. That would be a great steampunk aesthetic if they had analog style movement. And right? That'd be great.
Pretty cool.
Okay, so a couple things to remember about your
editions did.
Imagine arming your board though.
Yeah,
for gear not working.
Oh God, yeah.
There was one of the older ones that had a gear and it would twist a little bit when you turned the machine on. One of their older ones.
So, also, big shout out to Paul Bodine over there on the YouTube side. What's up, buddy? Now, a couple things to keep in mind. There is, obviously, as you can see, there's a couple different ways that you can do the cable management for your AIO. And that's the pump. The pump is what sits right on top of the processor. And then you've got the radiator. So, Paul, walk me through the best way to connect a radiator and how to do it safely and what the options are for it.
So we're definitely going to be installing our radiator in the top of the case. That's the main thing that we want to do. It's okay if you don't do it that way. You just want to try to keep where the hoses go into the radiator this spot right here above your pump when it's when your system's right side up.
There we go.
For the cables, like what Zach has done here, is you can route them under those posts that he screwed down. You just want to be careful and make sure that you don't get them in between the processor and the copper plate as well.
Yeah, what'll happen if that goes down?
It'll cause your system to not cool properly. It could cause some damage to the wire too.
It's gonna make it angry, is what you're saying. I like it. All right, now up next, we've got our RAM, because you know what I like doing? Ramming things into stuff. That's a lie. So on our memory, we got two 16 gig sticks of Team Group DDR5 5600, and it's going to go in slots 2 and 4 because slots 1 and 3 are just not where we need to be. Why is that?
That is what our motherboard tells us to do. We always follow our motherboard manual.
There we go. There we go. I see your comments, Fidus. Says, in general, I like ASRox. ASRox was the first motherboard manufacturer to implement EDP connectors. You're going to have to explain that to me. That's a connector for mini monitors and to read the BIOS for accurate temperatures. Interesting. And he says, if you want to bring up something educational, most cases have optimal install pieces for AIOs because they are prone to gravity causing air bubbles. So if you have someone like CLX to install it, cool. But if not, air cooling is perfectly fine for no hassle. Paul?
Yeah, it's a great comment. Air cooling is definitely fine to use as well.
Speaking of things that are fine to use, it's fine to use an M.2, and that's what we're going to be doing. As you mostly likely just watched, you watched Zach as he pulled off the heat spreader, heat shield. What's it called?
You can call it any of those. You can call them heat shields.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
There we go.
If you say heat spreader.
Now, the reason why those are there is because as things get hot, you want to keep the rest of your components as cool as possible. This board has the heat shields for all of its M.2 slots. That is important. Let me be very clear. That is very important. So when you're plugging that in, Zach, what are your recommendations for people who are installing it for the first time?
Yes, just like when we installed our memory modulars in bays 2 and 4, because our motherboard manual said so, we want to plug in our heat distribution device into our CPU fan header or AIO pump header of some kind. And those are just like our memory modular bays. Those are set up to run our devices for us.
A couple things. Uncut Shane asked a question. Those zip ties won't melt though, right?
Correct. No, they won't.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Jumping over to Split Soul Does Thing says, win hairstyle. So I'm going to tell you what. The three of us planned this out. This is part of our education to the world about the different stages of hair and or hair loss, because the youngest is Zach, I'm the oldest, and you can see the progression from A to a comb to, oh my God!
You got older than me.
I'm 34.
What? Zach's older?
How old are you, Zach? 35? 36? 36. Zach's 48. Surprise.
All right, you guys my example. Love it. Love it. Oldest, DJ, you're a youngin'? Listen, I'll be 50 in December. It's funny, I had a conversation with one of my friends from high school who was just like, you can't retire on this. Okay, I'm sorry, let me be very clear. If I retire, do you know what I'm going to be doing? Going to gaming events, streaming, and gaming. Technically, I retired 10 years ago. Get good. He's an accountant who wants to throw himself out a window most of the time.
Ouch.
Yeesh.
That's why his office is on the first floor. His wife and I made sure of that. Now. All right, we're getting all these things in here. There's two ways that you can organize your fans on your radiator. Paul?
So we have these set up in the push method, so air is going to be coming in on this side, pushing air through the fins of the radiator to cool that fluid in there. You can have the fans on this side. There are threaded portions, as you guys can see, where we'll be pulling air through. That's not as optimal as pushing, so you definitely want to push if you can. But you can also put fans on both sides and set it up in a push-pull, and that's pretty effective as well.
And to clarify, that doesn't mean everything's blowing into the radiator. It's one's going in, one's blowing out, and it just moves the air along. It creates a really good vacuum. I know because I have one, and I have to pin my green screen to the wall because it just like that. All right, now the AIO we're going to be using. This is fantastic, by the way. This is a Trix 360 Panorama SE in black, and I'm excited to see what your reaction is when you see what that cap does. This is going to be awesome. All right, now we've got our case. Obviously, our case is a CLX Horus 011 Evo. It is the Oracle build. Now, we've got... So, walk me through the size of the motherboard and how that needs to be adapted into this case.
So this is a full ATX motherboard, and it's a full ATX chassis. So standard size motherboard, we're just going to make sure all of our standoffs are in the right location. That's what Zach's doing. This case has a little bit of options where you can have the motherboard set up higher or set up lower depending on where you're mounting your radiator. So I believe that's what you're doing right now, Zach, right? Lowering it down?
Bump it up,
bumping it up.
So our fans on the bottom.
I've got this kind of where you see my fingers are over here without the gloves. There's a little cover here that you can slide one way or the other to adjust for your IO shield.
Ah, there you go. Nice.
I like
now
building
the things
higher
screwing...
rather than lower.
Keeps our parts elevated and out of, you know, the EMF zones that pulsate off of the ground.
Makes
you
sense. Makes sense.
It's like when you dive into water. If you're under 3 feet of water, you can't get shot by the bullet.
Oh.
It's like if your motherboard is 4 inches over the ground, the magnetic field of the Earth's rotational centripetal force causes it to become round and not flat anymore.
Makes sense.
Yep. Science.
So as you're putting in the standoffs, if somebody could explain standoffs.
Yes,
That's
standoffs
what the
keep your
standoffs do. They protect you from the electromagnetic radiation of the Earth.
Yep. Keep your motherboard safe.
They separate your motherboard from the frame of the chassis is what they do. So you definitely want to make sure you got them in the right locations, because if you secure your motherboard directly to the frame of your chassis, it's going to cause it to short out, and it can cause anything from minor issues to melting your whole motherboard.
Which we've actually seen happen. All right, so now we're going to get the motherboard out. You've got your standoffs in the right position, and once you've got those in the right position, you want to set your motherboard down carefully, making sure the IO shield goes successfully into its exit point, I guess is what you might call it, or the hole in the case. And while you're doing this, you want to make sure that each of your standoffs line up with these holes that actually have silver, I guess you would say, rivets? No.
Yeah, they're like solder
silver solder circles. And that's how you display what how does that work? How does that help?
It just creates a good ground between the mounting screw and the chassis. It grounds everything there.
Perfect. Sounds amazing. Now, as you can see, we've got the pump is actually aimed to the side because we're going to be putting this this could actually go either on the top or on the back.
This one will go has to go on the roof.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying, like, the pump placement, is that the same thing you would use for a rear deployment, or would you flip it to the other side?
This 360 can only mount on the roof because of the panorama screen. The way it mounts on here, it can only mount on the roof. If the
you don't have an option
to the back.
Got it. That I get. That makes so much more sense.
This is a one-way only radiator.
This PC is going to be absolutely gorgeous. I love it. All right. Now, we do have, while we're doing this, by the way, the fans that we're going to be using, there are 10 Gamebeast Aeolus M2 black RGB fans, which are going to be awesome. Going to be fun. And with the Oracle build, hopefully somebody who probably the owner can get the purple to go in so that at least kind of sort of looks like blacklight. because that in the back of the Oracle is just magical. Some people might say demonic, but I'm going to say magical. Yay! Okay.
Got one right behind us too.
Yep.
Kind of hard.
Yeah, get it good. That's one thing I will say, man. When I get my system, I really, really hope that I can get a black light in there for the Oracle build, because that'd be rad. But beggars can't be choosers. Your piece has been good, easy to. So Fidus, by the way, has been with DreamHack's tech support since 2010. eSports since about 2014. That's 15 years. It says he's probably the most abused one that they have tried to replace by giving donuts. A while back, your PCs have been good, easy to service at DreamHack. One of the best memories at DreamHack was trolling Microsoft. When they started setting up a booth, I was like, oh, not on my watch. I stripped Windows 10 of Cortana and then let them try to figure it out. Wow. Oh, God. Nicole, I think we need to call HR. I'm just kidding. That's fantastic. Oogloff! Let's go, Oogie. Let's go. Oogie's birthday was just yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, so congratulations. Happy birthday to Oogloff. With a computer like this, you wouldn't leave your mother. Yes, I agree, Oogie. I agree. Oogloff is, by the way, my community lead for the Respawn All-Stars. He's my lead designer and has been my friend since I started. So, what's up, dog? Let's go. Why did that look like a bell pepper instead of a heart?
Do what? Sorry? Oh. It's a pumpkin.
Okay, I gotta figure out the heart. Right? It looks like a freaking pumpkin. Let's see. In need of temperance in the house. Oh my gosh! Yes. Hello. Bolo for a peanut butter thief. They are not armed, but they are dangerously cute. Oh God, the dogs got into your peanut butter. Reports show they can't hold their liquor. They were fast seen in my office, mainly black with hints of rough brown, 80 pounds. If found, hide the peanut butter. Oh God, Temperance is some cute doggos. Cute doggos. You know what else is cute?
Me.
Especially from this angle. Yes, both of you. I love you. There is a big giant square hole in the back of this case. So, what is that for?
What? So this one down here, this is for our power supply. That's going to be where the back of our power supply goes, where the power cable goes into it.
So the power supply sits behind the motherboard?
Correct.
Oh, so this is like a 2/3 case. Why is that important, and how does that help with the efficiency of the PC?
It makes the whole system look cleaner. You don't see the power supply cables, and then the power supply is also going to get its fresh intake in from the back side here and shoot it out that side. Some of the heat from the power supply gets to the main body of the case.
Nice. Infinity over on the YouTube side. Hello! Welcome. Glad to have you here. We are building a PC for I believe it's a customer.
This is our build. The customer build is up next. The customer build is also in Oracle, but it's in the larger, in the raw chassis, the Evolve X2.
Yeah. You know what I like it about RAR. Okay. Oh, that's not how you pronounce it. That's got a W in it. So Infinity, welcome to the show. Glad to have you. RA. Rah, rah. Okay, I'm not singing God.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Recently, and he got the Egyptian god code.
Oh, man.
The winged dragon of Ra.
Okay, so Fights calls this a dual chamber case. We usually call them like 3/5 or 3/4 or 2/3 case, because you've got a third of the space.
Tomato.
And then you get your back. Yeah. Tomato. Horchata. All right. China. Just kidding. Now, some of the other cool features about this, if you take a look up at the top of the back of that case, Paul, what's that little bracket?
This thingy right here? This is for our extra storage drives. That's what this is. Now, this build doesn't have any hard disk drives, but if we did, that is where they would go.
It does make for a super thick case. Yes. I love it. A raw PC is not complete without a solar unit, aka the 5090. You know what's really good about 5090s? Is if you decide to play Star Citizen on ultra settings, you can actually cook on the 5090.
Cook an egg.
Yep.
Let them cook.
Make an egg, put a tray on there. You don't have to necessarily expose it. Yeah. Infinity says, cool, dumb question for me, but can I get a PC on the house? I'm 14, been watching y'all for the longest time and been waiting and sending emails and everything. Hey, buddy, guess what? So you're going to be 18 before you can get into the giveaways, but I'll tell you this. There's no such thing as a dumb question. And here's why. Except for I'm not sure you're going to understand the reference. At one point, there was a temp, an aide, an assistant, somebody who was working alongside the creative directors for a major cinema company. And he sat in the back, and when they got her on the table and said nobody had any ideas, he raised his hand and says, well, if you want ridiculous, we could put sharks in a tornado. That's how Sharknado happened, and it is a $5 billion franchise.
Someone said shrimp. I got a shrimp.
There we go.
So
Yeah.
there's no such thing as a dumb question, buddy. No, not one at all.
What do we want to do next? Fans or
The sad thing is that's totally true. It's so accurate.
Fans.
fans?
Let's put these in there.
Oh, yeah. Who's got fans? Hey! Oh, see, I need to put in a clapping.
Thank you. No one knows. We appreciate you.
Yes.
We know.
Yeah, that's
we
a
know,
little,
you know.
little information there, Infinity. Yee. Rolling the money for... Oh, yeah. Intern. That's the word I was looking for. He was an intern. He was an unpaid intern. And let me tell you, he's full-time now. So. Let's see here. Fight says... let's see here. Well, if you want to get technical, we could talk about flip cases. What the hell are those? The kind that can change their internal orientation to be horizontal or vertical build. Oh.
We do offer those as well. You can get your case upside down,
Yeah.
or all the parts in it upside down.
I'm waiting for somebody to
right.
order inverted like Oracle or something like that, you know?
I'm gonna throw this out there because it's necessary.
Throw it.
What's up, Macy? What's up, Luke? So, back in the early days of the 2005s, I was working for Adobe and Adobe Software Systems, and we were talking about ideas for implementation with regards to our creative cloud, the creative block usage, right? And I said, well, what? I said, what if you? I said, why wouldn't you have if you could have touch screens? Open it up like this and make the lower touch screen changeable. It can be your keyboard. It can be controls. So I'm thinking of it from a DJ standpoint,
Yes, baby.
and you've got all of your tracks up on top. Then on the bottom, you've got your 2-track pads, and it's a multi-touch. And I was told that I was crazy. Guess what Huawei just put out?
3DS.
And I'll get none of that money. There we go. Oogie says, you guys make Transformers? Yes. Autobots roll out. You work for Adobe and Microsoft? Yeah, I wrote the entire technical support training curriculum for Adobe software systems. People, trust me, my ADHD has been at an all-time high since I was 7. I've done many things and screwed up many things. I wonder if you lost your... You know what? I may have left it in one of those offices. Oh, no. That was the accident, sadly. Know what anyone knows. Laughing out loud. Well, now we know you. Hello. Okay, so now we're getting our fans all put in. So what Zach's actually doing right here is attaching the fans to the brace. Now this is the brace that is what goes into the very top. So why is this important to have?
So this is nice in this chassis because we can install these fans outside of the case. These are going to be our main intake fans from the bottom here. So Zach's just making sure we've got it all oriented correctly. It can kind of twist your brain up a little bit. At least it did for me when we started building these. Got to make sure you got your wires facing the right direction, upside down and whatnot. But it just makes it easier to install these as opposed to like flipping the case over like we would have to on some other chassis to put the screws in.
Okay, now as we get this in there, as you can hear the click, click, clacky, clack of Zach's famous screwdriver.
So it's work being done right there. It's the sound of task getting completed.
But it's not the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. Sorry. I'll stop there. No one says, I just got done using the PC I just bought from y'all to play The Last of Us. I got it.
Nice. I did not. I was like,
The Last of Us 2 remastered. Good Lord, that game looks amazing. Yeah, I've heard that the graphics optimization is chef's kiss level awesome. It's kind of like Dying Light The Beast. Oh my gosh, The Beast is rad on so many levels. But yeah, glad it's working out for you, dude.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy cool.
Glad you're enjoying it.
Crazy cool. GG. Good game. Get good. Go golf. Just kidding. Please don't go golf.
What's wrong with golfing?
Because I am not allowed at the golf courses next to my house. Well,
It's got a little bit of a yelly problem.
Oh no. A couple friends of mine and I decided we were going to go play some golf. Got invited, high school friends, to play some golf. And I thought, all right, fine. And obviously it was my first time playing golf. Not theirs, but mine. And they were just laughing hilariously every time I missed the ball, hit the ball in the wrong direction, or used the wrong club. So they were basically just falling over the whole time. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Whack! How did it go backwards? What the hell?
Oh, no.
So, by the time we got to the 9th hole, we'd had somewhere in the range of 19, 22 teams play through us.
Oh my gosh. You gotta go to the mini golf course first. You gotta go
and the ninth comes right back down to the clubhouse, right? The 9th comes down to the clubhouse in case you're just playing a 9-round versus an 18-round. And the club manager comes out and says, hello, I'm so excited that you're having so much fun. But I'd love to invite you as a guest
to leave
for a free dinner and drinks on us. Really? So long as you accept the fact that golf may not be your sport of expertise.
Gives you a gift card to Texas Roadhouse. Get out of here.
And so we had dinner, drinks, and I'm never allowed back. Oh, life is a weirdo. Let's go. All right.
A highway.
Love is a highway.
There's a country club in Ohio that I can't go back to because I drank too many Shirley Temples as a kid.
Oh, that's a kid.
Got rowdy.
As a kid?
Yeah, got rowdy, and they had
He's got sugar.
Yeah,
He's got sugar.
Had whiskey barrels for your seats, and they had little coaster wheels on the bottom of it, and I got.
You were zooming.
I'm all jacked up on Shirley Temples that
cherry syrup.
Nothing says joy at a Chinese food restaurant like a 7-year-old who's high off of the Shirley Temple sugar and the maraschino cherries.
Yeah.
Because
doesn't take much.
Chow mein is basically Yao mein, especially when it's thrown.
Oh, that guy is tall.
Yeah. Cosmo said the Beast had a little speed bump last week, but it's more or less back to normal. Okay, good, because I know there's a big update that I had to download, and that is what I'll be playing today, is the Beast. You guys are funny. Listen, if you're not having fun, then why are you doing it? All right, so apparently I'm not. I'm playing Dark Tide.
All right. All the
today.
fans are installed now.
Are they all clapping? Oh, those fans. Got it. I was trying to figure it out. Look at that, how clean that is. But what I'm excited for you to see is what the Trikes Panorama SE AIO has. Paul, can you explain it?
All right, so it's already a good-looking cooler without this, but we have this screen here from Trikes. Now, this is what makes the 360 Panorama special. We've got 2 screens. It's a curved screen. Seems to be pretty popular in the year 2025. But you can program these as separate screens, or you can have one rolling one. So this is going to go on like this. Now, we obviously will run this cable. This goes to a USB 2.0 header. But this is going to go on just like that. And then obviously we'll run this cable up to, make it look all nice at the end. But that's how this is going to look when we're done.
There's so many options for that, the usage of that screen. Personally, I want 2 eyeballs. One on each direction,
These
looking back and forth and blinking. Kind of like what they have in Vegas.
This is the cooler right here.
like you before.
There it is.
From
It's the
Trikes.
Panorama SE 360 ARGB from
This
Trikes.
is not a paid sponsor.
Look it up on Trikes, TRYX.com.
Also, Aztec, baby.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
It needs, Temperate says, and it doesn't have to go just one way. You can have it in waterfall mode as well, I believe.
Yes. Thank you for saying that, Timber. Yes, so you can put it on like this. Or see here, we got the top screen there. You can put it on like this. Now, it's going to get a little weird with the way you've got your hoses hooked up and everything. So, just keep that in mind when you're building it. The way that we are going to be installing it is going to be like this. And you'll get a better shot of it from the front. But yeah.
Okay. I see what you're doing. That's fantastic. God, this PC is great. Yeah, I'm sad this is not actually going to anybody.
This thing?
But it is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
All right,
bad.
so let's talk about cable management for a second. Zach is absolutely astoundingly talented when it comes to cable management, because cable management can be exceedingly hard, especially when you're considering you've got to differentiate the need between case cables, board cables,
Gotta make sure they're
and
between your legs.
your
That's what
and
that-
component
that's
cables. So, Jesus Christ, Zach, what would be your first piece of advice for somebody who's building themselves a PC, but they're not really comfortable with the cable management?
Don't call CLX.
Yep. Call us up and send a. Wait, no, don't call us up. Send a plane ticket to our PO box, and I'll come out and I'll tie it up for you.
There you go.
Or the best way that I have found to do it is to divide it and conquer it. Genghis Khan style. Go after the Romans first, which would be our case cables. That's going to be our front panel USBs and stuff like that. And then we'd go after somebody else after that, which would be our fans. And then our last cable group is going to be our power supply. And if we kind of work in thirds like that, it makes it a lot easier to not be overwhelmed with a lot of cables.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop.
There we go. Yes, Fights, I'm on Blue Sky. I believe CLX is on Blue Sky, possibly, potentially.
Blue sky.
And then over on the Twitch side, no one anybody knows says, you know who's not good at cable? Oh. We do our best to not speak negatively about competitors. All I'm going to say is, my old gaming PC had terrible cable management. Horrifyingly. It put the horror in horrifying.
Okay.
I'm not saying that directly applies to what you said. But yeah. Now, we've got the braids of joy right here. This is the Game Days Kratos 750 watt 80 plus bronze. All right. Now this has all of its cables installed. So Paul, what's that mean?
means it is a non-modular power supply. So we are going to have some extra cables that we're not going to be using. So Zach's going to bundle those up all nice and neat like. And then if the customer needs them, they can use them.
Well, there you go. Nice.
I hate this part of the build.
Did I just laugh in Spanish?
Or does it not?
I just laughed in Spanish.
Does it have stickers, Zach? With your eyes.
Those been
I
peeled.
feel like it's getting caught, but it might just be on
Here,
that.
do this.
Okay, now let's give me. Do you got all the stickers off the card?
I think so.
All right, let's take a look at this card. This, of course, is an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 from nobody else but nobody else but PNY, Penny, Peeny, Penny.
Look at this
Now,
guy. You know what's cool
the
about this thing? Check this out. You guys are about
The
to get a
fans
sick
are
shot.
freaking awesome.
Look at this. Not only are the fans awesome, but they've designed it so their branding doesn't spin.
Bentley.
Reverse
Shut
finish.
up.
Yeah, Bentley.
Bentley.
This is where Bentley got it from right here.
Yep.
That is fantastic. Oh my God.
Well, if it got
That
stickers
is
on
awesome.
those circles, they staying on there.
Okay, so here's a funny thing. My DJ equipment, I have two Denon SC6000s, and I've got a full 10-inch multi-touch display. I haven't taken the protective sticker layer off. I've been using it with the on because I'm like, I ain't screwing this up.
But yeah, sorry guys. Triple fan model, PNY, like DJ said, 5070, 12 gig card. We've got 3 display ports and 1 HDMI coming out. Really solid card. It's got the new 12 volt high power connector right here. So very good looking card. It's going to match the aesthetic of this build nicely.
All right. Well, fights, you can find me. And there you go. Cosmo says, have you seen some of the automotive barn finds that are on the net? I'm going to be very honest with you, Cosworth. Barn finds sounds like something that happens in Kentucky. What is a barn find? Do you know what a barn find
Where they
is?
find like an old
it's-
Mustang or
yeah.
something in there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool, man.
The horse or the car?
A car.
Come on, TJ. The car.
Like old muscle
What?
car.
Come on.
You've not ever
Mike
seen
Hansen,
a
what
restored
up?
vehicle?
Come on, man.
Most restored vehicles are found inside of somebody's old
You
barn.
might find like a Coca-Cola
Really?
machine that's worth $100,000.
Yeah.
There you go.
Apparently these people
What I know is that my
Zach. Maybe that's a,
my biological father had
It's a Kansas thing.
my bio dad had a 1970 Charger, right? Racing edition, like with the pins and everything, and the just. And my mom, when I was born, was like, no, this is gonna. At some point, this is gonna kill us. He sold it
Rip.
for 2 gold wings.
nice.
Those of you who don't know what gold wings are, they are giant motorcycles.
Right? Yeah.
Yep,
Honda
they're
Gold.
big. They could travel all over the country with them.
The Honda
Now
Harley.
here's the funky.
So you
Here's the funky.
traded,
It's the Honda Harley, exactly.
you
He traded a Dodge Charger for 2 motorcycles, and they were living in San
muscle
Francisco.
car for
And
motorcycles.
there's an there's a exit that comes down and curves real fast, and they were sitting there at the stoplight, and a semi came up behind them and Jake braked. Those of you who don't know what Jake braking is, it's that it's loud, it is terrifying, and he stopped about this far away from the back of their bikes, and my mom said, "And the bikes are going." So he bought a Lotus Esprit and totaled it.
Rip.
And then he bought none other than a Ford DLT. LTD.
You just kept going from non-family car to non-family car to non-family car.
I sold
Sounds
my
like.
motorcycles. Feels bad. One day I'll get another one. The kids are almost both in school, and then I'll get another one.
The kids ride in the sidecar on the bikes.
Driving my kids to daycare every day, so I couldn't ride my bike, so we sold them.
No.
Next year, my youngest starts kindergarten,
There you go.
so maybe then
Oh my gosh.
we'll be riding again.
So you've got 19 years left.
Yeah, something like that. Hopefully, geez. I don't know. Kids, you don't know
Kids these days.
See you in 20, baby. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. There is a car being worked on a channel where the only thing holding it was the cabling.
Oh my gosh.
Everything you just said makes me so uncomfortable. They wobbled the door and the whole flexed up and down. What is it? Is it an SR-71 Blackbird? Nice. Good God. Blackbirds, you could bend a Blackbird so easily because all the parts were just loose when it wasn't flying.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to take a look at putting in our graphics card.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ta-da! Now you got to handle it. How does this feel in your hand?
Land perfectly in the slot.
I see it happen all the time on the YouTubes. We're on YouTube, so we should be able to do it.
Yeah, let's toss it in there.
By the prick of my thumb, there's a GPU that's gonna get none. All right. Do it. So how did that feel weight-wise? Because it's a 2-slotter. It's a thin one.
It's not super heavy or anything. This case, yeah, we'll probably use an anti-sag bracket for this one, but I wouldn't say that it's needed.
An anti-sag bracket? What is that?
So that prevents the card from sagging, which is good because it can cause damage to your card or the motherboard.
There you go. Important things to consider when you're building your own PC. If you got more questions, of course, you can always hit up our customer service or just come by our show. Now, we're getting the GeForce 5070 in there. So, as an equivalency...
Yeah, it is.
Oh. As an equivalency for previous models, the 5070 would equal about what?
For like an older card?
Yeah.
Probably around like a 4080, something like that.
And for the 30 series?
Probably like a 3090-ish, 3080 Ti.
So it's going to blow the 3090 out of the water. Got it.
It won't blow it out of the water. It won't blow a 3090 out of the water, but it will perform a little bit better.
What happens if you try and make a RAID array for your 2 graphics cards?
What kind of RAID are you doing? Wait, what? RAID array on graphics cards?
Can you connect the graphics cards and have like the use of all of them?
SLI?
There we go, SLI. Slide.
Crossfire. Not really a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, that works. Well, alrighty then.
Not unless you go back and buy like some 1030s, because those you can stack together.
My whole streaming PC is ran on a 1070. My whole streaming PC is on a 1070.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's a good card.
You don't need more. You're not playing games on it.
No, I'm just trying to
live life.
encode streams. Yeah. Let's see. They wobbled the door and the whole thing. Okay, I saw that seems fun in certain ways. Now, as we're gonna get this assembled, I'm gonna show you something, people, that is really freaking awesome, and it is
Scary.
It is going to be taking you over to our website to show you what it's like to get your own PC with all the needs that you have got. At CLX Gaming, we try and make it the easiest way possible for you to get the PC of your dreams and your needs. We've got multiple sizes. So we've got everything from the RAWs, which are the big ones. We've got Horus, Scarab, and Set. Notice how there's a different sizing? I believe Scarab is our smallest. And once you choose it, you can do it. Now, right here on this picture I want to show you. Oops, back up. Okay, so there's 2 cases. There. Nope. There we go. The one in the front is obviously an MB7. The one in the back actually has a distro plate. A distro plate is a open cooling system, and it's fantastic. I personally want one of those so bad because all of the access points are on the outside, and I don't have to worry about dripping water into my system. All right, now, once you figure out the size that you want, you can head on over to the how to create it. So this is where it gets really fun, all right? You've got multiple different devices, cases with multiple different designs on them, and if you so choose, you can ask to have your own personal design applied to it through customer service. We can choose your fans here, obviously get your secondary lighting in there. And then when we go to core, the core is fantastic. So this is where you get to choose your processor. We have Intel, we have AMD, we have obviously NVIDIA. Darn it. I just had a stroke. NVIDIA, Radeon, good God. And even some support for ARC, maybe? All right. We'll have to talk about that after the stream. So here's the thing. Everybody wonders, like, what if I choose the wrong parts and they don't work? Am I going to have to get stuck with a piece that doesn't work? No! See that little button at the top that that changed when he touched stuff? It went from green to yellow. In this example, what we're talking about is, for example, an imbalance between a PSU and a graphics card. It's going to tell you basically, if you want to use this power supply unit, you're only going to be able to use one of these graphics cards. Or if you want to use that graphics card, you're going to need to use one of these power supplies. Once you solve the problem, that little yellow button goes back to normal. Yeah. Awesome. You can choose RAM. You can choose cable mods, everything you need, capture cards. If you're a streamer or content creator, we've got all the things from Elgato, secondary drives, and more. Now, when you get over to the Foundry, which is the next tab, and that's our performance tab, this is where you get to choose your AIO, your cooling, like how you're going to cool it. Lots of options, as you can see. You've also got your options to upgrade the thermal paste on your system, and we can overclock your GPU, we can overclock your CPU, or we can just overclock both of them. It's all an option, and I forgot to turn my ringer off. I'm so sorry. There we go. Now, skipping software, let's go to accessories. This is why CLX Gaming is literally a one-stop shopping center for anything everybody ever needs. And let me start. First of all, you're going to have to look cool when you're streaming. That's why you can use one of these. It's a CLX Gaming shirt. We've got everything from windbreakers, which, as many people have seen at some of our previous events, are amazing, and you can wear them through the winter because they actually are pretty warm. Hats, t-shirts, etc. Next, what do you think goes with the computer? Keyboards, mouse, controllers, headsets, of which there are dozens, including Logitech, microphones. We have Beacon Mix Creates and Beacon mics. That if you're a streamer or a content creator, you know exactly why that's so important, and those are absolutely incredible. We've got speakers, we've got monitors, for heaven's sake, and all the way down at the end, we've even got routers and a chair. Now, a lot of people are like, oh my god, that's way too complicated, I don't want to do this. All right, fine. We've got another section called Ready to Ship. This is our RTS section. This is where it gets fun. All right. So in the RTS, you've got 4 different levels. You've got your entry level, mid-level, high performance, and ultra high performance, and they're color coded. But the best thing about it is that you get to choose the baseline of the build that you want to start. It gives you a good idea as to the price range of what you're looking for based on the components that you have, that you've put in there, and the filters that you've set up. And that means you can get one of our pre-made PCs, which is also created in the same warehouse that all the rest of these pieces are made. It's 200 feet from where the boys are standing right now, and it goes through the same testing process, and they may be looking for a new home. That new home could be you. So for all your future gaming and PC needs, head on over to CLX Gaming and see what we can do for you. Alrighty. Yes, let's go! All right. When the original... Wait, is that what we just built? Okay, I was going to say, like, that's so tall. I don't remember talking about the bottom. Okay, now, obviously we've got the power on for both PCs. You can see it's absolutely incredible. And you can adjust all of the colors, especially the purples. Make it look dark. Make it look
scary.
And you can get Oracle on specific builds or on specific cases. Just those 2 cases. There you go. And once it's done, you've got it. Now, just to let you know, we are not responsible for anything that happens from a supernatural standpoint once you get it in your house. It's not our fault. Paul? Oh my gosh! Yes! Let's go! That's the trikes wraparound. Oh my gosh. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's fantastic. All right. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yes. So, other than that, we've got a great show still going for you. Look at that. Death becomes a... All right. So we have got a great show continuing to go. In a few minutes, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, you're going to get to spend the afternoon with Zach as he builds another computer, not just a PC. He's building one of our fans' PCs who's in the chat now. And we're so excited to see their reaction. What does that say? Goodbye? Oh, my dear God. All right, so this show happens every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 10 a.m. Pacific. That is 11 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern. Get it together, DJ. On Tuesdays, we're here on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. On Thursdays, we're exclusively on TikTok. You don't want to miss that. If you want to find out more about what's going on with all of our anything going in CLX Gaming, head on over to our socials. Now, that is YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. And that is all at CLX Gaming. If you've got a PC and you want to show us what you did with it, we've actually got a thread in our Discord, which is discord.gg/CLX Gaming. And you can actually post them so we get to see what you do with your PC. Really fun. So, with that being said, I'm going to play some Darktide, and I will see you guys all in a bit. But right now, on behalf of Jason and Kyle in production, Zach and Paul, I'm DJ Blue PDX. Stick around. We got more coming up. Don't go away. We'll be right back.